verify.
It's live.
You got to trust but verify.
It's live.
Are you coming over?
No.
Okay. Go solo.
You do this by yourself.
We'll go solo. Hey. Hey, everybody. It's Brad.
And I'm Krista.
With the Big Family Homestead. And you know what? Tonight is going to be amazing. We've got a live performance stream showishness.
Are you going to do your miming tonight?
Miming?
Yes.
I can mime. I can mime for rubies. I can mime for diamonds. I can mime if I want to. I can leave your friends behind. I hope that you are ready for another exciting and
soon to be classic
home thing liveness
there you go.
Here at the Big Family Homestead. And we have got tons of stuff. Look at that. The show there. We got things that are hidden over here. That's pretty awesome. They will remain hidden until the right moment. So good evening, Life Unwired. Good evening, Ellen, Denise, Alicia, Dean, Millie, Baker Mom, Homemade Home, Mike DeFazio, and all you guys. It's going too fast now. Jesse, Jennifer, Nebo, and Prepsteader Bob.
Joke VV1.
I certainly hope that you guys are having a fabulous evening so far. And if you are having a fabulous evening, we can change that, no problem. So, we're here for you.
That's awesome. Keep them coming.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Keep them moving.
We're supposed to be cool.
Okay, what's going on with Liber Lady? They've been without power all day.
What?
Yeah, they're watching on generator power.
Well, I certainly hope that we are worth those fossil fuels.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, 180 from average. What's up, kids? We have got a lot going on tonight. We've got, I don't want to say just yet.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's happened this week. Okay, first things first, the donkey situation. Bum, 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 bum.
It's not a sad thing. It's a good thing.
Now's when you would jump right to the end and tell them exactly what we decided without giving them before.
I won't help you with your show then.
You should help. The donkey situation. When we got the donkey because we were afraid of that there would be predators out here, because there are bear, there are wolves, there are coyotes.
Yep.
And we had small animals. You know, you got goats and some smaller cows. And so we got this donkey thinking herd protector, which it does very well.
Yes, it does.
I agree. But we introduced some of our smaller cows into the pasture area they were, and it was not only about 5 seconds, so it was up on his back legs trying to kill the thing.
I think we introduced them too quickly, honestly. But
needless to say, the donkey was scheduled to see you later. This is not going to happen. You're not going to kill our cows.
right, and because if she's going to do that to our cows, our calves, who's to say she's not going to do that to our kids?
Right.
That was the cautionary.
Yeah.
That the caution that we were having in our minds, because we have kids that we want to protect, you know,
more than a donkey.
Right, more and we we want to protect our animals, but our children are more important.
Yep.
Clearly.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and put the animals up on Craigslist, and then we had some people that were just looking for free animals. They're like, can they be good to
free to a good home?
No.
No. How about to a really, really good home?
No. And we had people that were trying to lowball.
Because we didn't buy this animal for free. We paid for her. We've done a lot of work for her. And Hope has done hours and hours and hours of training with her.
Yep.
So no, you're not going to just come and take this get this animal for free. Sorry.
Right. And we did have the little cows exposed to the donkey and puzzle as well, but it was mostly at night, because they would come inside and they would sleep inside the barn sometimes, and that's where the little cows were. But for whatever reason, she didn't like it. Anyway, we fast forward to now.
Yeah.
We had a person come out yesterday, so they wanted them. Not a problem. They were rushed. They were pushy.
Oh, they were so pushy. It was like they had said, well, I'm going to pick up my trailer at 11. I'll be there in an hour. Send me your address. I didn't say if it was okay to come at that time.
Right. We didn't even say whether or not you're the buyer.
Well, it's not that. We had stuff we had to do, or that we were going to go do, and we pushed that all back because they're like, oh, well, we're going to be here then. And then they were, what, 45 minutes late?
Yeah. So the guy, he was a nice enough guy. Don't get me wrong. He was a nice enough guy, and he was pretty much just doing his wife's bidding.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was there, and he was hem-hawing around about the donkeys being full size. He thought they were minis, and I'm like, you saw the ad, right? Because that's very clear.
Right.
Anyway, he decided to pull the plug and said no. And I think he was really just trying to get a lower price, but I was very firm, saying that it's not going to get any lower.
No.
I don't care what excuse you make up or why it's not good enough. Yeah. That's just it.
Right.
Well, after a lot of thought and considering the family and Hope specifically, apparently the decision has been made by us. That we're going to keep a couple hay burners around.
Right. The cost of having something for our daughter to learn to ride on, learn about equine animals, definitely outweighs the cost of the hay.
Here comes Jonathan. I don't know if you'll see him.
Hey, bud.
He's coming into the frame here.
What is it?
Some dog packed on the
Oh,
floor.
no.
Oh, no. Yeah, so we decided to go ahead and keep Eeyore and Puzzle.
Yep.
And Hope doesn't know yet.
No, she doesn't.
She thinks we pulled it down off Craigslist, and Hope does not yet know.
No.
But I'm sure she's going to come out of her skin.
Yeah. Now we'll have to do some rearranging of pastures when Puzzle, or I should say when Mama comes into
her heatness.
Right. But right now she's still nursing, so
Should be okay.
it should be fine for a while.
So,
He's only 3 months old, so it's really not a big deal.
but he's a fast learner.
Oh dear Lord.
Anyway, okay, so a lot of you guys saw the ATV nonsense, and that dealership was pretty much willing to commit insurance fraud.
Pretty much.
And there's not a whole lot more to add to that was not in the video. And the reason being is just, I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt, call them, see if they'll refund our money. And if they're going to be dorks about it, then I'll call the Better Business Bureau or tell our insurance agent. Not that, not to be a jerk, but I want them to understand that it's theft. It's straight up theft.
Right.
And I don't care if they were, what they were doing, but in my mind, they were probably just going to say, all right, well, this is trashed and we get to sell you a brand new ATV. Anyway, that was really stinky. Okay. So that's the ATV nonsense. YouTube has been doing their whole shenanigans again with the unsubscribing. And so for those of you guys who obviously are here, so you got notified, but if you don't mind spreading the word to your people, because we've noticed a humongous drop in our views, in the subscribers, and we've been told by several different sources that they've been doing it again.
Yeah.
So just make sure that the subscribe button's clicked and the bell is dinged.
Right.
So
Does
here.
Does it ding? Does the bell make a ding?
Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
So this past weekend, our town, well, not our town, but there's a town nearby that has what they call Ice Age Days. And they celebrate the Ice Age Trail because apparently eons ago there was
The days of yore.
the days of yore, a big iceberg came through and kind of
Glacier.
a glacier came through and kind of tore up the ground, made lots of hills and beautiful valleys and yada yada. So they have what's called an Ice Age Trail, and it's over 60 miles long.
Yes.
I can't remember where it goes from and to, but anyway. So they have a big celebration. They play beanbag toss, Kurt Walbeck was here.
The
Kurt Walbeck, yes.
The Kurt Walbeck?
Right. I have
Holy.
no idea who he is.
Yeah, a
Sorry.
green boat.
He had a Mountain Dew boat.
He had a green boat.
Yeah. There's lots of carnival rides and carnival food, which,
Pause 1 second. There's a question. What is Jonathan up to back there? Jonathan just milked the cow.
Yes.
And let me see if I go this way. Is that the wrong way to go? It's this way. He's actually getting some of that milk to give to the baby cows.
Yep.
And so he's going to go feed them in a sec.
It's okay. It's fine if it was a little bit more. So what he's doing there is he pours the milk from the surge milker bucket into the filter, and then he uses that iced tea container is really what it is.
Yeah.
To put the milk into the
baby nipple.
the bottles
and
then the
nipple
half
things.
gallon. Yeah, the
They
bottles
got the nipple things there
in
on
the
the
half
front.
gallon jars.
They're very thirsty.
Stop.
They're very thirsty. So yeah, the Ice Age days. There is one thing that's kind of funny about it. They have a parade of like cavemen.
No,
They totally did.
whatever. They do not.
They do.
You are full of baloney.
They
They
do.
do not.
I was
There
in it.
was a parade.
I can attest.
Jonathan was in it. The fire department was in it. The ambulances were in it. Ambulance, I should say. There's only one. The high school band was marching. What else is there? What else was in the parade?
A
Forest
lot of
Springs did some
construction
stuff.
companies.
Yeah, lots of different companies. Forest Springs, which is a Christian camp around here, they were in it, and so it was a lot
I
of
think our
fun.
representative was in it.
Our state representative.
Our state rep was in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
So,
He was driving an old Model T.
oh, cool.
Oh,
That he
very
restored.
So
It
we'll.
didn't start.
That he restored.
Oh, okay.
So today's one of those days where the flatter your forehead, the better. Oh yeah.
You need to stop that.
Is there a mayor of Rib Lake?
I don't
think
know, but
so.
we got a town hall right next
We
to the
have a
bar.
town hall. I think there is a mayor.
I want to run for mayor of Rib Lake. Honestly, that would be the coolest thing ever. What do you do? I'm the mayor of Rib Lake. You get paid? Nope. No. Why? Because they don't even have a stoplight yet. Why would I think I'm getting a salary?
There's one police officer too.
So I get to tell him like, go
Maybe
catch
the
speeders
mayor is the police officer.
and executioner.
Ooh.
Ooh, the
Is he
plot
the judge, too?
thickens. The plot thickens.
Oh my goodness. Must have looked like the Flintstones.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's correct. So, and by the way, you get cool points for every time you accurately use a movie quote for whatever it is that we're talking about. So, movie quotes,
Oh my.
keep them there. And what if you were elected? What would I do if I were elected? I would end corruption.
Right.
I would get a balanced budget.
Good luck.
We'd build a fence around the pond. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any sort of mayor.
There's no mayor. Claire's looking it up. Well, maybe I could be like a duke.
Not that I can.
The Duke of Rib Lake. I'm the Duke.
Goodness gracious.
All right, moving on.
Tiffany's noticing how big Nana is getting.
Nana is getting huge.
She's a big girl. I think her tummy's upset today.
Yeah, she just before she's never yacked on the
No.
floor ever, and she did. Ugh,
She
don't want to
threw
talk
up
about
on
it.
the ground.
So, but okay, other stuff. We did go and see a movie,
We did.
and this movie is specifically designed to make grown men weep like sissy girls. It was the Christopher Robin movie.
Yes.
I will defer.
Well, all the time that the kids have grown up, they have always watched Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin, and I have watched it with them because it was something that I watched when I was a little girl. So I got a big lump in my throat. So when I saw when I saw the trailer with Ewan McGregor, I was like, "Ugh, you have to go see it. Obi-Wan's in it."
Obi-Wan and a poo.
And
And a big old poo
sitting on a log.
sitting on a log with Obi-Wan and Eeyore.
And Eeyore was so cute.
Oh,
Brad Garrett plays the voice of Eeyore, and it was just adorable listening to Eeyore. It just touched my heart.
Boy.
It was so cute.
Bless their heart.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. Adele says we need more likes. You know, those things are nice. We do appreciate that.
We do.
But I'm here to tell you though, the numbers. Remember, I said that YouTube is messing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We by now in a live stream would have over 300 to 350 people in,
Yeah.
and there's only 188, and that's probably because they didn't get their notification.
Right.
So boo. But anyway, Pooh is a Canadian. Oh wow, I didn't know that, Ann.
Awesome.
I thought that was a British thing.
Yeah.
Was that not a British thing?
I don't know. I mean, the one yesterday was set in England, but
Yeah. So anyway, the movie was good. I will say that I was probably not as impressed as the ladies were, just because it was so predictable.
it was, and
It was.
you know, part of it was sad, and then it was happy at the end, of course. You know how that is, but it was just a sweet. It was a sweet movie.
Yeah, I will say this though, knowing video production and understanding how animation works and the amount of work and time that goes into making something look photorealistic,
Yeah.
they did a bang up job
Yes, they
on the actual stuffed animals,
Mhm.
because it looked like they were real life stuffed animals,
Yeah.
grungied up. They made them look like they had been loved for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Do you know that movie was banned in China?
What would be
What?
something that why would they want to ban Winnie the Pooh?
That's ridiculous.
Christopher Robin.
That's ridiculous.
The author was British. Ann
Yes.
says. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that I knew that. And El Macaulay is saying that I bet Caleb and Ruth liked it. All the kids loved it.
They were just sitting there giggling.
Yeah. Oh, you should have heard Ruth when Eeyore when he jumped in the river.
Yeah, he's thrown in the river where
Oh my goodness.
180,
gracious.
180 from average. It's China.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cannot possibly have anything, heartwarming.
Right.
But the other thing that was cool about that is that when you live in a small town, first of all, we're blessed to have a movie theater in town.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Not only are we blessed to have a movie theater in town, it's a family-owned thing.
It is family owned.
And if you go at a matinee, there's a good chance that you'll have the theater to yourself.
Which we did.
Yes, we did.
Yep. It was awesome.
And it was great because I actually have back problems, so I could get up and walk around in the back, and
Yeah.
I wasn't bothering anybody.
Yeah. Tiffany says she's always loved the Velveteen Rabbit. I love Winnie the Pooh, but my all-time favorite is Peter Rabbit. And didn't they just come out with a Peter Rabbit movie?
Yeah, but it was not.
Yeah, it was not.
What you were
it was
expecting.
actually quite
Not sincere.
disappointing. Yeah. My favorite movie that talks about Peter Rabbit is Miss Potter. So I really like that movie.
That's Harry's sister.
And Ewan McGregor's in that one too. So
Yeah, we like him.
yeah,
He's a Jedi. What are you gonna do?
right.
You can't fight the Jedi.
Mhm.
You can't fight the Jedi.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so
moving on.
moving forward, we are going to do something different with our channel shout out. You'll see. But it has come to that portion of the evening where you are not only allowed to shout out whatever channel you're thinking of, even your own. We will shamelessly plug for just a few minutes. So you guys get ready to type, share what your channel shout outs are, and Chris is going to do her best to keep up. So on your mark, get set, and shout. Shout. Let it all out. Yeah, come on, Claire. These are the... Okay, here we go. These are not the poo you're looking for. Awesome.
Nice. Angie B's house, DG Homesteading, Deep South, out of Goshen, living on a dime, Resistance Chicks, Nova Scotia Living, The Frustrated Gardener, love
Ooh,
that.
that's me.
Thinking of Others, living on a dime. That's in a different language. I can't read that. Breakaway Homestead, Living Traditions, Going Batty, Cog Hill Farm, She's in Her Apron, Out of Goshen, Taco Stacks.
That's the second time we've heard that one.
Yeah, Abuela's Kitchen, Dave's World of Fun Stuff,
Ooh.
Full House Homesteaders with Homestead Mama, Living on a Dime, Holler Homestead, Homestead Mama, Freedom Homestead, Deep South Homestead, Matt Posa Adventures, Art and Bree,
Real big monkey. One. Sorry, you're.
Okay, living traditions, roots and refuge, Fouch family, 2-family homestead, 180 degrees from average. Yeah.
And the adaptive maritimer.
Yes.
Okay, so here you guys can keep shouting out, and please do. But tonight we're gonna do something a little bit different, and I was kind of stalling, waiting to see if this individual was on the live stream because he doesn't know that we're gonna do this. And one of the individuals that is usually here, I don't know if he's here, is a man named Tyler Woods. So Tyler, if you're here, make sure you put something in there so that we can see that you're here. But regardless, even if he's not here, what we're going to do different tonight is it's not a channel that we're shouting out. It's his work.
Yep.
He's an author. And he wrote this book and sent it to me called Days of Ragnarok. End of the Gods.
And you have to say it just like that.
Oh
when
yeah.
you read the title.
End of the Gods. But it's a really cool book in that I won't give away too much, but what happens if there's a financial collapse? This is kind of a apocalyptic kind of story, and it weaves all kinds of political intrigue together. And he's not asked me to say anything about it, but I've started reading this book and it's really great. And so, here it is. There's his book. He's a cool guy. And he also has a lot of preparedness stuff that he does too. And I'm going to put that, it's called the11hr.com.
The 11th.
The 11th hour.com.
Yeah, but not TH.
Yeah, the11hr.com.
Hour. Yeah.
And I have started reading this, and it's great. I mean, he's actually a retired pastor, and we've had several conversations, and he's just super jazzed about it. So check it out. Days of Ragnarok. End of the Gods. All right? Okay. Okay, Mr. Brad. If they make a movie, you'll totally have to do the voice. All right. Yeah, I could do that. Days of Ragnarok.
But don't you have to smoke for like 20 years before you can get a voice like that?
I got a voice without smoking one.
I know.
Never did it.
I'm teasing.
My mom smoked for a long time, and I think that's what actually made me not like it.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was hurting her, and I just never did it.
Yeah.
So anyway, there we go. Tonight, we would like to let you know, before we move on to our first big actual real life section, we now have a bunch of new social media platforms that we're going to try to make sure that we're updating on a regular basis. There's an Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Pinterest, and we have Twitter. And those links should be down in the description below, but I think Claire might have them as well. And she can grab that. But befriend us, like us, see us, subscribe, whatever, follow, share. Please do.
Yeah.
So that's an Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter.
And
Snapchat. And we have been putting stuff up every day, and actually multiple times. So there's a whole other side of us that you may or may not want to see. Hey, they're not paying for it. It's free.
True.
Okay.
That is true.
Start that. The main topic tonight.
All right. Should you get a milk cow?
Should I get a milk cow?
Right.
Do you want a milk cow? No? Anybody got that reference?
Oh my goodness.
Do
yes.
you want a milk cow?
So.
She's like, I'm just not
I'm
even
just
gonna
not.
do.
Pass right by. We have a milk cow, and it was something we've had a milk cow for about 2 years now.
So we're still new.
Not this particular milk cow. We had another milk cow, which was a Dexter. We had her for a year, and now we've had Macy for almost a year now. And
Hold on though. But we've also had goats before that.
right.
Milk goats.
Milk goats. We did have milk goats for a while before we got our Dexter cow. Now, the thing that, in considering to get a milk cow, if it's right for your family,
We're going to talk about that.
whether you can afford it.
Well, let's back up just a little bit. The first cow that we got was not a full size. It was a mini Dexter.
Great, which was awesome.
Named Harriet. She was like this,
She was
about this tall.
About 500 pounds.
And she was ornery, but manageable.
She was manageable. You know, she was great because we're learning. You know, we had milk goats before, so we knew the whole milking process. We knew what to do, work it, and all that jazz. But having a Dexter cow, you don't get a lot of milk, which was great because we didn't really drink a lot of milk at the time, and she didn't eat a lot.
She was easy to manage on about a third of an acre.
Right.
Because that's what we had for the fenced area in the backyard.
Right.
Now, what did we pay for her? Because I remember it being more than I thought we should pay. $800?
Yeah, we paid $800 for her.
Well, we come to find out that the guy lied about the age.
He did. He told us she was 5 years old. She was 10 years old when I got the paperwork.
Yep. Yeah, oopsie, forgot about that.
Okay. Come right back.
So, the Dexter was valuable in that it really taught us lessons on how to deal with a bigger animal, and that is something you have to think about.
That is, yes, seriously, you have to consider how big of an animal that you can manage on your homestead.
Right. And so the Dexter for us was a good solution as the very beginning. But let's talk about goats versus even mini cows right now. Because if you have a family, let's say 4 or 5 all together, you will get more than enough milk out of a good dairy goat
Right.
for 4 people.
Right.
And then if you went with a Dexter, you're going to have more than you probably need regularly, unless you're making ice cream and you're making
Yogurt.
cheese and yogurt, which then you would be right as rain.
Right. Right.
Now, the manageability between a cow and a milk goat is a humongous difference.
It is a big difference. Goats are super easy to manage. Well, okay, I have to say our goats have been super easy to manage. We hear horror stories of goats escaping from fencing, and we've never had that issue.
Yeah, they've
Our
always
goats,
just been good.
They've always respected the fence. So, and then when we got our Dexter cow, you know, we got more milk. You know, and the reason being we got the milk cow was because nobody liked the goat's milk.
That is a humongous thing.
That was a big deal. You know, if you're deciding what kind of milking animal you want to get, you might want to find somebody who has milk goats and try the milk before getting it.
Yeah.
So,
I can't stand the goat's milk.
no, he doesn't even like goat cheese. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm glad that you have it, and I'm glad that you guys like it. But for us, there's a whole other component to cow, goat, milk altogether.
And that doesn't go into play for folks who are deciding whether or not they want to get a cow or not.
It actually does. I mean, if you've got, for us, our daughter Grace, she eats through a G-tube, fed straight into her belly. And so that's her main source of liquid, you know, but we put all these different vitamins and minerals in with Thrive Life foods. We powder them up. We also give her moringa powder.
Yep.
And so that's mixed in with yogurt and then mixed in with milk. And so if you have a health need like that, that may just mean like, I don't care what the cost is. It's just got to get done.
Right.
Now, cost between a goat and a cow is huge.
It is a big cost difference. You know, you can get a milk goat from between $125 to $200 to $300. You know, it depends on the kind of goat you want. If they're registered, you know, we never did that. We never worried about getting our animals registered because we weren't going to use them for show animals.
Hey, Greg, I do see your message. So those are huge deciding factors, but now let's get into some more of the nitty gritty.
Okay.
The cost, maintenance, and not maintenance like we're going to crank on a cow like a motor, you know, but you've got vet bills, you've got medicines, you've got all kinds of things that you're going to have to do that is not like a small animal.
Right.
issue. They're big animal issues.
Right. And then hauling that animal to the vet if the
Mhm.
vet won't come to you.
Yeah.
That's always an adventure.
Having the equipment, the right equipment.
Mhm. Yep.
And we were fortunate enough that the place that we're in right now has electric fences all around it, and they were in good shape. We just had to kind of knock down the weeds
Right.
and go that route. But let's talk a little bit about what's the day-to-day time commitment requirement. Like, give them an example of what a day is, not just necessarily you, but if whoever's dealing with the cow.
Well, we get up between 6 and 6:15. We have all of the milk. Okay, well, and for us, it's kind of
Thank you, Will.
different because we use a surge milker to milk our cow.
And there's a
that's,
funny story I'll tell you later.
well, and that's a determining factor too. Do you want to hand milk? Hand milking takes a long time, and you have to build up those muscles because it doesn't just come instantly, and your cow has to be trained for that. A cow just doesn't automatically stand still for you to squeeze their teats. Okay, it's not an easy
It's a roll,
task.
pull and curl, pull and curl.
Stop. So our cow Macy was she was trained on a surge milker, so that was another story. For us, from start to finish takes approximately 30 minutes. We gather the supplies, we go outside, we clean her teats, we hook up the surge milker. It takes about 10 to 12, depending on if she lets her milk down or not, sometimes 15 minutes, and then we bring it inside.
Explain, let your milk down, because if you don't have a cow, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, a cow is a very finicky animal, and they will hold back their milk if they think that you're taking too much milk from their calf.
Or they're stressed out.
Right, or they're stressed out. So sometimes our cow will hold back her milk if she's irritable. When she's in heat, she's irritable. So she holds back her milk. So we have this peppermint cream that we put on her udder, and it helps to open up those blood vessels and those capillaries to allow her to relax and to let that milk down. So
It's and then okay, I derailed you. So now you've got the udders clean, the milker's on.
It takes about, like I said, 30 minutes from start to finish. From the time we walk out the door to coming back in is about 30 minutes. And now that's if there's no funky issues outside in the barn. That's just taking care of Macy.
And it takes twice a day.
Twice a day.
And you cannot miss.
No.
You can't be like, oh, I'll milk you tomorrow. They will get mastitis, and it's a very painful thing for the cow.
Yeah, yes. Now, if you're going to hand milk, we have hand milked before. Our Dexter cow was trained to hand milk, and so it would take us about half an hour to milk out a Dexter cow.
And they had a serious handshake after that.
Yeah,
Breaking
no kidding.
knuckles.
I Popeye arms is what I had. However, a Dexter cow does not give as much milk as a Jersey cow. At their peak, they only give 2 gallons a day. Macy gives 2 gallons a milking, so that's 4 gallons per day. That's a lot of hand milking.
Shanna is asking, you sell the extra milk. That is illegal.
We cannot. We cannot.
There are states that do allow that, but Wisconsin is not one.
Actually, I'm pretty sure farm sale, but I don't want to test those waters.
And you know what's sad is that it's illegal in a lot of states, and it's really about politics, control, money, and don't get me started on that.
Right.
But no, unfortunately, you cannot. Now, so you're talking a serious time commitment. You're talking, it's an hour a day.
An hour a day.
If nothing goes wrong.
That's if you're surge milking. If you are not, you're looking at 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So,
And so now you're talking about, all right, what kind of money am I going to have to spend for a Jersey?
we paid $800 for her.
Which was a good deal for her.
Which was a good deal for her. A friend of ours over at
Aaron
at Barn Geek. He's got a YouTube channel. And his dad had a cow that he was willing to sell us on a good deal, and she was pregnant at the time,
Mm-hmm.
so that was
An extra, a huge
a
deal.
huge bonus. So, what was I gonna say?
I have no idea.
So, but you can get from anywhere from around $800, $1,000, all the way up to $2,000. That's a huge financial commitment.
Beach Life Out West Custom Projects asks, can you can all the milk? I don't know, but if you did, it would take all the life out of it because of the heat.
Right. It would. See, we prefer raw milk
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many benefits to the raw milk, and once you can it, you're killing all of that.
Yeah. Do you have people milk for you so your family can travel? We, from time
Maybe.
to time,
Let's talk.
from time to time, we've got folks around us who, kids in high school or whatever, that you could say, hey, I'll give you $100 if you do blah, blah, blah for a few days.
Right.
And the kids around here know how to do that,
Right.
and it would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We have not tested those waters just yet.
No, we're still pretty new around here, so
Mm-hmm. So, milk cow, goat. What would you do? Here's a question for you guys. If you had the ability and the property to get a milk animal, what would be more reasonable for you? Would you cow the goat milk convenience?
right, because all in all, goat milk is more economical because the animal is inexpensive.
Small.
They don't eat a lot, it's a lot more manageable if you have a smaller piece of property too.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you know what? Beach Life just said we have both.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we have both is because you can't keep an animal in milk forever. They have to have breaks.
yes.
And if they don't, they're going to get sick.
Well, and in the dairy industry, they breed the cow. The cow has, or the heifer, whichever is, the cow has a calf. Well, then the cow is then rebred like 3 months later.
Mm-hmm.
So that cow is constantly pregnant and constantly in milk.
But it wears them out fast.
It wears them out fast. So we kind of wanted. That's why we got Dottie, so that we can alternate
Yep, that's the goal.
every other year.
Well, and you guys know that we're not only homesteaders, but we are preppers. And if you don't know what that means, it just means that we try to prepare for the what if situations in life. Like if there was a horrible storm here and people got serious damage to their house, would we be able to help them out with food and water?
Right.
Would we be able to help ourselves out?
Right.
So we kind of try to think about those what if situations, and especially since our daughter Grace depends on that for food, we have backups to backups.
Right.
And so we've got a cow that's in milk, a cow that will be in milk, and we got goats that are in milk. And the one thing that's nice about a goat too is you can get them in milk a lot faster than you can a cow if you have to, do something quickly.
Right. Nancy's saying Holstein cows, they're good milkers and they're also good for beef. They're dual purpose. Well, yes and no. Holstein cow, 1,200, 1,500 pounds just for the cow. There's a lot of leg going there.
Yep.
And what I have heard from dairy farmers is, yeah, they are a larger cow.
Mm-hmm.
They produce a lot more milk, but they also eat a lot more food. Our Jersey, she is less than 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
She requires half as much space as a Holstein for grazing, and she just doesn't eat a lot of grain, and she still produces 4 gallons a day.
Right.
So that's. Sorry, I thought John
Where you going?
left the milk.
No. So for us, the answer is both goats and cows, and not just one, but backing up.
Right.
And we just hopefully have gotten her AI'd, and hopefully she
Hopefully.
is
Cross
with
fingers
child.
With
Seriously,
cat- with
with a little
calf.
cow.
Well, and if our cow, for some strange reason, dried up, then we have a milk cow or a milk goat that can be rebred quickly and be in milk within a few short months. I mean, it's 5 months gestation, excuse me, for a goat, where it's 10 months gestation for a cow.
Right. And so, you know, if you are a homesteader or a prepper out there, I would encourage you to think about it, just because of how much you can do with milk.
Right.
Yogurt, you can make a ton of yogurt in a day. Cheeses, all that kind of stuff, all those things, cream for your ice cream, cream for all kinds of things. And if there was ever a situation that you couldn't go to the store and buy it, you would be the most popular man in town.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah,
So
I mean, we make yogurt, we make cheese, we make ice cream, we make butter, and none of it goes to waste. When we go to make yogurt, I will take the cream off and make butter with that, and then I make the yogurt. Well, then when I strain the yogurt, because I like it thicker than a regular runny yogurt, I like it really thick. It helps mix Grace's food in. It helps with Grace's food.
it's a probiotic as well, which is huge.
Right, but the whey that's left after straining it goes to our chickens, or when we have pigs.
Yeah, we don't waste it.
Nothing goes to waste. So it's a huge benefit to everyone here at the farm.
Well, and we have yet to make hard cheeses. We've
No.
made plenty of soft cheeses, and they taste great. It's beautiful. It's so flavorful. You just hit it with a little bit of salt, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, hard cheeses we got.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really, really hard. Okay, there was Alberta
Questions.
Byers is asking, have you thought about calf sharing next time Macy has a calf? In case you don't know, it's when you let the calf nurse part-time. Oh yes, and it helps go away for a day. Yes, I do know about that, and we did that when we first had Macy. We would separate her calf from her at night, and then we would take the morning milk, and then her calf would be with her all day long. And then once we weaned him, we were able to milk twice a day. So now we actually do a calf share with our 2 steers that we have. They're not nursing off of her, but we take half of the milk that we get for each milking, and they get that. So it helps with too much milk.
Right.
Because we can't drink 4 gallons of milk in a day.
Okay.
We can't utilize 4 gallons of milk in a
Right.
day. When I make yogurt, I fill up a big huge pot,
It's
and that's
huge.
3 gallons. It is so heavy.
Alrighty, kids. I think we will talk about cows and stuff in the future as we
Yeah.
love to, but I think it's time to give away a cookbook. What do you think?
Okay.
Those of you who don't know, we've written a cookbook of our favorite family recipes. It is available down there. There's a link down below.
Really? No way.
Yeah. But we'd like to give away a cookbook right now. So here's the thing. We thought long and hard on what question we could ask. And I am going to read something to you. And if nobody gets it, then it'll get progressively easier. But I'm going to read something to you, and you have to tell me what it is and where it's from. So what it is and where it's from. So you got to be watching. Claire, you watching?
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. I'm going to read this, and you got to tell me what it is and where it's from. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than the trees, up it goes, and yet it never grows. Okay, I'm going to read it again. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than the tree, up it goes, and yet it never grows. So basically, somebody's typing right now, putting this into the Google machine. Ellen got it.
Ellen got it.
Oh no, Eric got it.
Oh, Eric, yeah.
Eric got it.
Well, did you say what
it is
the
and
answer,
where it's from.
what it was, and where it's
Right.
from?
Well, we'll give Eric, Ellen, and Eric and Ellen. Email me, and I'll send you a copy of the cookbook for free. It's info.bigfamilyhomestead @gmail.com.
Yeah.
So you got to email me or I can't give you the link. But yeah, that was one of the riddles between Gollum and Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit.
Mhm.
Yep. So, and the answer to the riddle was a mountain.
Yeah.
So read that again, Mama.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than the trees, up, up it goes, and yet it never grows. Of course, you have to say it like Gollum.
I
That's
don't,
roots. I can't do it.
and it's the answer's a mountain, and it was Gollum.
Yeah, from The Hobbit.
Precious, my own. I love those books. I can't help it. Fantasy stuff like that. I've just always been pre-wired to like that stuff.
What's in my pocket?
What's in my pocket? Oh yeah, what's in its pockets is. So okay, so cookbook. If you want one, there's down below. Also, we are going to switch gears here because we're running out of time, guys. And we're gonna, before we do our author, because I didn't see him. I was hoping he'd be
he
here.
wasn't here tonight.
So Tyler Woods wrote this book, Days of Ragnarok, End of the Gods. There's a link below. Anyway, so we play this game that is the game called What in the Heck Could It Possibly Be Used For That's Not Its Intended and Original Use.
Right.
So that's the actual name of the game.
Yeah.
What in the heck could this possibly be used? I don't know. You got it. So here's the point. I'm going to pick up an item and show you what this item is, and then you are going to tell us a use for it. It's not its actual use.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Krista's going to read as many as she can. So
Good
on
night,
your mark,
Nancy.
get set. First item is, boom, a fly swatter. It's really dirty and filled with guts. A gutty fly swatter.
Well, we've been killing lots of flies.
So what could this be used for that's not its intended use? Creativity does get points. We will be rating on cool points.
Egg turner.
An egg turner? Oh,
Swat
jeez.
Brad.
No, it's got guts on it.
Yeah. Spanking kids.
Back scratcher. Ooh, you clean it first?
Tea strainer. Gross.
Oh.
A fan. A form of discipline.
Makeup applicator.
Dog re-education tool.
That's hilarious. You guys are coming up with good ones tonight.
That was BC truck. Prop open a window. I don't think it would. This one's not very strong. Egg
Pop.
separator.
Oh, Life Unwired totally gets the cool points. Pop screen for a microphone. This would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because all you got to do, it's called a plosive filter. And you can, if you're talking into a microphone, all those boom, the P's and the B's, they overwork a microphone because it's the air coming out of your mouth, but this diffuses it.
Could use it
Perfect.
as a whisk attached to a drill.
Well done.
Clock pendulum.
Okay, digging.
Yeah.
I don't think digging would work very well.
Depends on what end you use, I suppose. A riding crop.
Yeah.
Put it through the door pulls.
You put it through the door pulls. Campfire hot dogs. Yeah, just pull the
Pull the plastic
off. Why not?
That's
All right, you guys. I love the cool answers. So we're
Yeah.
going to give you one that could really be a lot of different things.
Bend it to keep the gate shut.
All right, your mark. Get set. Next item is, drum roll, one of these bread bendy
A
thingies.
twist tie.
Twist tie. What could you do with a twist tie that is not holding bread in its not air safe container? All right, on your mark, get set, go, mama. Read like the wind.
Unlock a very old vehicle.
Could be.
Engagement ring.
There you go.
Yeah. Pick your
Pick your nose.
Floss.
Cat toys.
Cat toys. Lock pick. Ponytail holder. Yep. Keeping measuring spoons together. Pipe cleaner. Earrings. Keep wires together. Well, that's kind of its intended use.
Vasectomy.
Fix the
Oh my
toilet.
gracious.
What? Oh my goodness gracious.
Patricia, you need to calm down.
Whoa.
Holy
A
mackerel.
Q-tip. I don't think I'd stick that in my ears.
Mouse handcuffs. All right, Baker
There you
Mom's
go.
winning so far.
There you go.
Patricia,
Fake
keep chewing.
mustache. Here we go.
Like the gate. Okay. Keep the cords in check. Use as a key ring. All
There
right.
we go. My mustache.
Fastener for the fly screen pop filter. Yeah.
That's really funny.
And you know what you can actually do if you're serious about
Goes.
making a pop filter? You could pull this plastic off and then bend some old pantyhose around it, And that works just even a little better than this.
Yeah. Build a bunny cage. Back scratcher. Nose cleaner. Ouch.
Oh, brother.
Keychain. Yeah.
All right, last item of the evening, and that is this. Are you ready? Get ready to type, because this is going to get wacky, I'm
Yes,
sure.
I'm sure.
What is the unintended use for a baby calf milk thingy? Milk goes in, the calf goes blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. What would you do with that? That is not its intended usage.
Why are you saying I'm sorry, Claire? Oh.
Mrs. T, that's why I'm saying it verbally. 2 people in a row saying enema. Holy smokes.
No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
Coin bank. There
Piggy
you go.
bank. There we go.
Water can. A lens cleaner.
A squirt
water buffer.
gun.
This plastic's pretty hard, actually.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Water bottle for the riding mower.
Oh gosh.
There
Some
you go,
of these I
BC.
can't read.
Fill it to
Oh.
fight small fires. There we go.
Foundation and makeup container.
Oh my gracious.
Water
If you're Tammy
plants.
Faye Baker,
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding.
she needs a
Drip watering,
spackle.
drip chicken waterer, creamer for coffee.
That's funny.
Fill it in. Fight small fires.
Love
I
it.
can read. Ooh.
Love it,
Condiment
love it, love it.
dispenser,
Alrighty, guys.
Funnel.
It has come to that portion of the evening where we are going to say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Is that it?
No.
Auf Wiedersehen,
No.
auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I need some later hosen, straight up.
Good luck with that. Dispenser. There you go.
There you go. So, if you don't know, we're a family of believers, and if that's goodbye, if you would understand that you are God and you love them, and all the stuff that we do that we think that we can get away with, all these things that we love, that you know all those things and you love. Help us to be humble and accept the amazing love that you've poured out. In His name we pray. Alrighty, guys. Video wants to go to the. I said we should go. Anyhow, you guys have an amazing night. Hope that the audio was worth it.
Yeah.
So.
Started buffering at the end.